welcome to an episode of Planetary Annihilation Titans with me, Dan. This is a big multiplayer cast, from what I can gather, I think it's watermelons and John.Sun, 1.5 times economy, versus everybody else, and they're all on the same team. So not that guy, Dead Johnny, Clearest Cube, Milkman, Washer, Coot, Zates, and Adam. I saw it and I thought that looks interesting. Let's see how they all get on. So we have from Melons, who I'm going to focus on because I know he is a star rank. So he's one of the best players in the rank series at least. And he is going double vehicles to start. Now vehicles are quite good because they're quite strong, so a bomber hitting one of these won't take it out in one shot. They'd have to double back and do it again, but they're more expensive. And then we've got who's this? Not that guy, going air to start, just a single air, pushing out things with fabricators, boosting power with the command for the commander build. And then we've got Washir Koot, who is the Bugs faction. Now, if you've not seen the Bugs faction before, this is a faction mod, and it's actually pretty decent. I was playing with it the other day. It's quite good fun. They've got some very interesting units and some quite overpowered units, I think. The Flame guys, the Tech 2 Flame guys, are very overpowered. Anyway, they've gone Bugs Air. And what is that? A basic hive, so that will get out sort of basic units, fabricators, that kind of thing. We have from Zates a scout, and he can see that John.Sun is now pushing out anti-air as the first things to cover, I'm guessing, his metal spots. He's going vehicles and double bots here. Commanders on power duty by the looks of things. Looking at the stats, Watermelons is already far ahead of everybody else, expanding out just without thought, just going for it, which is quite frankly what I would do. I mean, he's got quite a few metal in his base, so that's always helpful, and he's going very, very heavy tanks at this point. Yeah, we got Adam. So Adam is going his Bugs as well, which is cool to see. There's a few weird things with Bugs, is that the metal fabricators are identical to normal fabricators. Things like energy aren't. So there's kind of a mixture of normal units and factories, and their own units. But they're really cool. Like, look at these. They're like little birdie bat things as planes. They're the fighters, I believe, bug fighters. And we've got grunts and needlers. They're really cool. I really like this mod. I think it's a great addition. So who have we got around here? Clearest Cube going bombers, air and bombers, air only bombers and metal, getting the metal up. Everyone is sort of balancing economy, but the 1.5 times are ahead, obviously, because they're 1.5 times economy. But they're doing some early raiding. So who's this? Milkman. Milkman, who's a Bugs, is starting to try and raid John.Sun's power. Getting a bomber in. Can he get that? No, but he is trying to get these power lines down, and he's moving his commander away. We've got Washir Koot also coming in with some units to try and get some early raiding on John.Sun. Zates04 is going T2, trying to push out T2 and nothing else. I'm a bit worried about this player. They should be getting their fabricators doing things. They're really not. So 68 is in the deficit of metal, not doing very well there. I don't think that player is going to be any problems. We have from Dead Johnny. Have they got anything in them? Yeah, fabricators. So we're bringing fabricators out with some transport to the middle of the map. And Dead Johnny is going tanks 2, into T2. We've got a teleporter lined up. So I'm guessing to get tanks further forwards as quickly as possible. Tanks are quite slow units, so that makes sense. Over here, anyway, we've got watermelons is pushing very heavy tanks, getting tanks, lots of tanks factories. How many got? 18 factories versus everyone else has like 2, 4, 6. And we've got T2 coming out from him now as well. I mean, this is going to cause issues with a lot of people. We've got some fabricators going out at the front line. I'm not sure if that's purposeful. He's running them through his base. And he's really not doing anything to stop this from happening. Washioku. This is just going to be a rollover. But he's also, Melons is also getting tank factories up on the sides. Now, as I said previously, and as Broom told me many years ago, you can do a lot of damage with tanks if you just go very heavy tanks, as long as you're not countered. And I'm not sure, quite frankly, with my expertise, how you counter spamming of tanks. I'm guessing just more advanced units, longer range units, probably long range air. Yeah, you can do some serious damage. So Watermelons is already on that route. He's got tank factories just coming out absolutely everywhere. This one is being shot by a laser and he's built it anyway. These tanks will get that laser. We've got anti-air in here as well, so the bombers are going to be very ineffective. And that's very evident by them dying. I'm not sure how Melons is going to get this. He needs to put an artillery up here. Oh, we've got another. Who's this? Walking in. The commander's walking in from not that guy. And he's just getting annihilated immediately. But that will take out some of this army because of the explosion radius. I mean, Melons is just taking over at this point. 30 factories versus Dead Johnny's the only opposition really, versus 12 factories. And he's going heavy tanks, but not heavy enough tanks, quite frankly. Needs to be heavier tanks. I mean, this is the showing of someone who really knows how to roll over people. Melons, if you're watching this, please explain to me why you're referring to yourself as a fake Uber, because as far as I can see, you know how to win games. So yeah, what we got going over here? So Zate04, once again, he's not doing anything. He's got T2 metal, T2 everything. He's got no units coming out. It's a very lonesome game for Zates, and that's going to go down. Dead Johnny's taking this into his own hands. He's building lots of factories by Zates' base to build up tanks to push in and try and get his commander. I don't think he's got enough here to get that at the moment. He needs more. And quite frankly, Melons is rolling over all of their bases. These are like the equivalent of doxes, I think. I might be wrong with that, but he's now trying to get. Are these doxes or booms? I can't remember what the equivalent is. Got some storage up here. He's relocating his base, but I mean, it's too little too late really. He's relying on Dead Johnny at this point. He's going to go into his base, and Melons has just walked over him. Melons is also walking over the clearest cube, who has retreated into Zate04's base. Not the best place to retreat to, I wouldn't have said. We've also got John.Sun starting to play a little bit. But Dead Johnny is starting to come into John.Sun's base, taking out the T2, which is a good shout, but he's got another T2 going up here. There's some T2 missiles coming in, which could do with being taken out because they're just eating one by one. One missile hits a tank, disappears. Hits a tank, disappears. You can see that there. So we've got more coming through, but Watermelons is at the base of his base. The base of his base, and quite frankly we'll walk over that as well. And we've got we've got watermelons going in this side. These two commanders are running for their lives. We've got Adam in this base too, not really doing anything. Yeah, I think these are boom bots. He's trying to find a commander to take him out, but the commander's here, and with no scouting, they won't stand a chance. Are they boom bots? Yeah, I think they're the equivalent of boom bots, but they're not. They're not really doing anything. There's a commander down. I don't know who. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so 804's base is going down. We've got Adam's commanders moving out. We've got Clearest Cube's commander running away. What's going on over here? The Milkman is... what are these? Defending. So these are turrets. He's put up defense around his base, but doesn't have any units. So when inevitably Watermelons runs into this base, it's going to be a bit problematic. Okay, Melons is having to defend a little bit, but he's got more than enough units to take over. We've got 46 factories from Melons. He's still not finished building. How many T2 are we in here? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 T2, a fourth going up. And then the rest are tank factories. Just pouring out tanks with the scattered anti-air. With a spinner. So, I mean, and there's some skitters which are scouts in there too, so they can see things everywhere. And we got this massive gaggle of units going in here. Now I can't see this lasting. I mean, everyone has been reduced to tears. We've got Melon's bringing in some units to the Milkman's base, and just running through the defense lines because they're not going to do anything really. And we've got Clearest Cube's commander running into the Milkman's base. Yeah, I mean there's a lot going on here. John.Sun starting to put together an army. This would be quite fun. I'd like to play in a game like this where you can properly go to town with too much. I mean, it's a bit unbalanced, really, isn't it? I can't see Melons probably didn't even need 1.5 times eco. Yeah, I mean, his expansion is never ending. There's a wall. How many got? 350 units just in that section alone, and this wall is now moving forwards. Small attacks from John.Sun onto the Milkman, but quite frankly, we've got all the scouts going first. They'll all get killed, which is always annoying. When you've got scouts in your armies, you want them in there because if there's any mines, then they show up mines. But at the same time, they get killed instantly if you just push all of your units into base, which is what Melons has done here. He's obviously clicked the centre of this base with this line of units, and they're just running forwards. I mean, the unit production is insane. 360 in his base currently. We've got John.Sun doing some work. Dead Johnny has kept something up here, but there's no factories. He's only got 4 factories, so you can see where this is going. Look at this coming in. We've got some artillery in there actually, which have a really good range. I wish it showed you the range. What can Melons see? So you can see that this has a bit of a base. But they've got more than half the map covered at this point. So it's just a matter of time, I would suggest. The bugs faction is really cool. If you don't really play anything but vanilla, or if you're new to the game, check out the mod section. There's actually 2 factions. One's called Legion, which has been around for years and is now actually part of the base game. And we've got bugs as well. So there's 3 factions in total now. And they all have their individual units. This is quite a cool rocky... What's this? A decimator. It's like a... yeah, so this is a flame... the arsonist defense, which is flames. Yeah, they're really cool. But Watermelons is running in from this side. He needs to run in from the other side, which it looks like he's starting to do. He's getting units out of his base. It's we've got, what was this? Anti-nuke, so just in case a nuke came in. But otherwise, he's got a hell of a lot of units here. See how many units he's got. 798 on this side of the planet. Everyone is in dead Johnny's base, and soon they will all be dead. So who we got left? Adam, Clearest Cube, Milkman, and dead Johnny. And the tanks are coming in from all directions. You can get some final shots going on here. I think Melons is probably still beating factories. 78 factories at this point. 78. And he's probably still building because his economy... Oh, his metal's suffering a bit. Do with more metal. But he is still building factories. Still assisting. What's interesting, has he got anything building metal? Oh, there's a glitch there. Where two people are built on the same... That can happen if you both set commands onto the same metal point. So it's a bug in the game. So... 4 comms in an area. I wonder if they'll do a chain reaction. Oh no! They're all going down. Just one left. And GG. Look, that's a commander pile if I've ever seen one. So yeah, that's the power of an Uber. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. There's always more coming. And I'll see you all later. Bye!